Andrew Malkinson was released from prison the other day, having been cleared of charges, and he'd spent years, 17 years in prison. He's now 57, and he should get compensation for the time that he has wrongly spent in prison, but he faces being forced to pay a significant amount of that compensation back to the prison system in return for board and lodging during the 17 years that he was held there. It is simply absurd. Today, a Conservative MP, Sir Bob Neill, has said that any fair-minded person thinks this is just wrong. Of course, it's just wrong, and it needs to be changed. He said on Radio 4's Today programme this morning that this was a serious miscarriage of justice. It's clearly not right that somebody who was deprived of his liberty because of the failures of the state and its institutions a number of years ago should then have to pay the state or be obliged to give some money back to the state for the privilege of being wrongly incarcerated. That surely offends any kind of sense of justice. Ministers should get their act together and change the law quickly, or change the rules quickly. Now, if they want to change a law quickly, Suella Braverman has demonstrated that she can. And so I think it's now up to the Conservative government to demonstrate that it's able to do the right thing. But I'm not really holding my breath. It seems extraordinary. A Ministry of Justice spokesperson says this was a deeply troubling case and we recognise the pain of any individual punished for a crime they didn't commit, which is why we continue to support the work of the Independent Criminal Cases Review Commission. It's only right victims of miscarriages of justice can apply for compensation, that all requests are properly assessed, independent of government. It should be independently of government, but the Ministry of Justice spokesperson clearly isn't heavily trained in English. There are plenty of people who have been Michael Hickey and Vincent and Michael Hickey were charged and found guilty of the murder of Carl Bridgewater at a farm near Stourbridge in 1978. The case was found to be fundamentally flawed. Michael Hickey was subsequently awarded $1.2 million. Vincent Hickey was awarded $550,000, but in each case a 25% deduction was made from the part of the compensation that reflected loss of earnings while in prison. Absolutely bonkers. This is bureaucracy gone wrong, and I think it's not just shameful and illiberal; it is deeply immoral. And these are the issues that I think increasingly we have to ask, particularly of this government, which is so far away from the truth. We should stop asking questions about whether or not something is legal or something is right. We should ask if it is morally right. We should ask if it's morally acceptable. And I think this is one instance where it isn't. And it must change. And it must change soon so that Malkinson is not discriminated again as well. And so this roll on for further payments, all of which simply puts money into the pocket of lawyers, but that may be the intention.